Stage 6 of the 9-stage Giro d'Italia women. And after the big Dolomites stage yesterday, it offered an opportunity to the sprinters if the race could be controlled to go that way. Let me remind you though, only one sprinter in this race so far has been winning, and that's Elisa Balsamo. Much to the delight of the Italian fans, of course, the dominant Italian sprinter and her team ready to go again, if they could, in Brescello. They started out in Ala, in Trento Alto Adige, and rode through the Veneto, through Lombardia, and into Emilia-Romagna. Beautiful stage this, again in glorious sunshine. And once they'd headed out through Trentino, they were riding 66 kilometres along the banks of Lago di Garda, Lake Garda, in its glorious early summer conditions. This is how the breakaway formed. In actual fact, it was Sharon Spimi of Top Girls Fassa Bortolo who was the first to go. She was in the breakaway on the first day, of course, and just like on that first day where we had a sprint finish, 4 Italian riders in the break, all from UCI Continental teams. Camilla Bezzoni, Sharon Spimi, as I say, Gaia Segato and Irene Cadnazzo. Back in the peloton, a little bit of a day off for the general classification riders. Elisa Longo Borghini, who'd had a tough day out yesterday, chasing the group of 4 leaders out front and limiting her losses on the day. She looked relaxed back there. This always should have been a day off for the general classification riders, and they also would have been hoping for a sprint. However, there's always drama on the Giro d'Italia women, and there was a split in the peloton too. Caught in the back of that split, Marlen Reusser and the European champion Demi Vollering too. It was never an enormous gap, but those who'd taken advantage of it included the likes of Movistar, who were pressing on. Well, all that chasing and the closing of gaps meant, unfortunately for the breakaway of 4, they were caught with just around about 55 kilometres to go. The split was still there though, and it needed to be sewn up. Gradually, that was happening, but along the way we were also starting to think about the day's only intermediate sprint point, the Marlen Reusser sprint in Ospitaletto, and it was Elisa Balsamo looking the best of them, and she always would have done as well in the Marlen Reusser, adding an extra 12 points to her red jersey lead. Balsamo ahead of Femke Heritzer, Ninka Wienerven, Demi Vollering and Anna van der Breggen, the race leader of course, also getting involved in that for those bonus seconds. All the bonus seconds though went to Elisa Balsamo. Then we saw a daring late attack with 21 kilometres to go. Giorgia Serena, the Italian 22-year-old from Team Medelspeck E-Work, went off by herself, and she did a brilliant job holding off a chasing peloton for just over 10 kilometres, eventually caught with about 9k to go, but it was a brilliant ride by the young Italian rider. Human Powered Health were really up for this, as were Phoenix Premier Tech, thinking of course of Charlotte de Cool. Human Powered Health we already knew with 2 very good options in Lily Williams and Maggie Coles-Lister. 3k to go. It was Elisa Longo Borghini, of course, working for UAE ADQ, seeing if they get that stage win for Lara Gillespie, the Italian champion who's looked so good in the sprints in this race. She was tucked in well behind Elisa Longo Borghini. When you've got someone like Longo Borghini working for you, you know you've got to make the most of it. We had a crash though with about a kilometre to go as well, affecting Millie Cousins, the British road race champion, and 3 or 4 other riders too. Going under the Flamme Rouge, it was the Dutch woman Lucinda Brand, again proving her worth for Elisa Balsamo. She had Balsamo on her wheel. Brand was going all the way through the final kilometre by herself, the Dutch woman for Lidl Trek. What a valuable rider she is for Balsamo. And she's a big part of why Balsamo is going so well. Not everyone wanted to let Balsamo have it her own way, though. Maggie Coles-Lister went for it early and tried to hang on. But when Balsamo came past her in that Marlen Reusser, there was only ever going to be one winner. And she hasn't won 3 stages. She's now won 4. What a dominant performance by the outright dominant sprinter. 4 stage wins for the former world champion. Elisa Balsamo is loving this year's Giro d'Italia women. Day off for Anna van der Breggen and the other general classification riders, and a transitional stage tomorrow actually for them to keep a watch on each other. Balsamo of course continues to lead in the Marlen Reusser competition, the red jersey competition for the points. Best climber is still Anna van der Breggen. That will be worn by Valentina Cavallà, of course, tomorrow. The best young rider is Isabella Holmgren, who's been a revelation of this year's Giro d'Italia women.
Elisa, congratulations. After this stage, I think there is no one that can beat Elisa Balsamo in a sprint.
I mean, when you have the best lead out in the world, it's just easy. I mean, it's never easy, but with Lucinda, everything is just so much easier because I don't have to fight for position. I just need to trust her, and I know she's the best one. So, I mean, it's most on her than on me, honestly.
Looking at the last kilometers, we already talked this morning that was technical, and today I see a lot of tension in the last kilometers. Can you tell us what happened and what there was in your mind?
Yes, I think a lot of sprinters thought that it was a really good opportunity today. So I could see a lot of full lead out in the last kilometers. And me, Fleur and Lucinda were just jumping. And at one point we found, I think, the perfect place behind the Phoenix. And then this morning on the bus we said we want to take the corner at 1.3K in the front. I don't care if I'm in second position because I just want to be safe and then I can manage somehow. But Lucinda was just so strong that she brought me till 200 to go, so it was perfect.
Looking at this jersey, the red jersey, you're gaining more points. So this is the main goal for the next stages. I mean, it could be, kind of simple to keep it, or what do you think about?
I mean, it's never easy. I need to arrive at Sestriere first. But yes, today we did also the intermediate sprint because we really want this jersey. And so now, of course, it's not going to be easy, but I think we are in a really good position.
Thank you. Grazie. Anna, as we expect, the Maglia Rosa is still with you. How was today's race?
Yeah, today was a good day. I mean, it was hard to see all the people on the beach, but for us it was a working day. No, it's really a beautiful area to ride through, and in the end everything's safe and everything fine, so it was a good day.
Looking at the last kilometers, we have seen a little bit of, tension for the girls looking for the sprint, and also some technical kilometers. How it went, the important is that, you girls are safe and ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the general classification riders, that's the difficult thing. Like, you don't want to disturb the sprint. I don't want to sprint, but you also don't want to lose time. So that's always, especially when you have these corners in the end, yeah, it can be dangerous and there can be crashes. It can be crashes. So yeah, you try to be in front and try to do it as safe as possible. But yeah, it's always quite hectic.
Let's look at tomorrow because it's gonna be, kind of tricky. The first flat stage and then the climb. Which will be the goal? Maybe to keep the energy for the last stages, or maybe do you expect some attacks, some, something for the GC?
It can be, but I think if you look to the day after that, it's a really hard day. So for sure there will be attacks and riders try to get in the breakaway. But I think the main goal for us is, to come to the finish line as safe as possible and don't lose time. A bit the same as today. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isabella, congratulations, still in white. How was today's stage?
Yeah, today was super nice. We started along the lake and the views were amazing, and then there was quite some wind and it was open, so there were a few crosswind sections, but the team did a really good job to bring Elisa to the line, and she's just so strong, and she was able to pull it off again today.
Looking at the team, your team, I talked before with Elisa that say you have, kind of particular chemistry together with you girls. This is maybe the thing that is going to make the difference and already made the difference at this Giro.
Yeah, I think for sure. Like everyone gives 100% every day for the goals of the day, and I think that's just it's such a special team, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
Looking at tomorrow's stage, it's kind of tricky stage, the first flat part and then the climb. What do you expect? And as a team, what could be the plan?
Yeah, I think the plan will probably be it's always to win. So I think it's going to be another hard day, but I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Grazie.